What's going on, guys? So a little bit of bad news before we get into the JJK 262 spoilers. Looks like Gege has fallen sick and JJK will be on a break for 2 weeks. So fuck
language.
Anyways, let's get into these JJK 262 spoilers. Hopefully they're juicy 7 pages and it'll hold us off for 2 weeks. But I'm also hoping that Gege does get to feeling better. Obviously his health is more important. So the chapter begins with Sukuna and Yuta in Gojo's body opening the domains, and successfully Yuta manages to reduce the size of Unlimited Void's barrier to the size of a tiny basketball, just like Gojo did. A callback to when Gojo was fighting Sukuna, I think it was either the second or third time they opened their domain expansions. He had shrunk it down and reversed the effects of his barrier inside out, basically making it stronger, and that's how he ended up beating Sukuna's barrier that one time. So Yuta is successfully managing to copy that. The narrator says that the solution Gojo created for Sukuna's open barrier domain is to make a smaller barrier domain which can withstand the effect of Malevolent Shrine for approximately 3 minutes. Yuta, taking Sukuna's fatigue into consideration, it's possible for me to withstand his domain for 3 minutes just like Gojo sensei. The narrator says Sukuna has reduced effective curse technique range to just surround Yuta's barrier and eliminated Malevolent Shrine's 99-second time limit. So looks like Sukuna is reducing the range of the curse technique of his domain to just surrounding Yuta's barrier and eliminated that 99-second time limit that he had on Malevolent Shrine. So of course Sukuna's got all these Uno reverse cards, and it's not even a surprise to me at this point that he has some sort of turnaround for even this. So before the big fight in the training arc, before Gojo fought Sukuna, Yuta swapped souls with Gojo to train and improved his barrier techniques. So that's good news. Hopefully we'll see that here, but I doubt it. Sukuna always has some sort of, binding vow to get out of everything. So Yuta says, under 3 minutes, I'll damage Sukuna enough to where he can't maintain Malevolent Shrine. Sukuna says, I'll destroy Infinite Void under 3 minutes and expand my domain to finally kill everyone. So, I mean, this could be it. I don't think it's going to be, but it looks like Sukuna's like really trying to wrap things up here. So we might sort of see the story to progress even faster now. We might reach a conclusion sooner than I thought, at least. I thought it was going to go on for, maybe another half a year or so. It's been going on for a while. I know he said last year, I think he wanted to end it last year, and then we're still here today, halfway through the year this year. So there's no telling when it will end, but I mean, looks like he might be speed running the end here now, especially with him getting sick and stuff. Yuta tries to pull Sukuna using blue, but Sukuna suddenly reduces the distance. Sukuna wraps his amputated arms to hold Yuta and lands punches on his face. Yuta wonders how did Sukuna manage that attack and realizes that alongside domain expansion, Sukuna simultaneously used domain amplification to penetrate through infinity, which allowed him to land an attack on Yuta. And I think we did see him use that on Gojo inside the barrier, and that's why Yuta didn't know that he could do that. I remember Gojo saying something too about that when they were fighting. I think he used the exact same technique on Gojo, so inside the domain, so nobody else got to witness that, so they didn't know, of course, that Sukuna was capable of it. Sukuna has an evil grin on his face as he thinks that the sorcerers can't share info about what's happening inside the domain through Mei's crows. So yeah, that's what I was just saying. They couldn't see what was happening inside of Gojo and Sukuna's domain during their first fight, and now the same thing is kind of happening here. They're not going to know what's going on inside the domain until basically it breaks or is released, and Sukuna is looking awfully happy about it. The scene switches as we see a fully manifested Rika crying and grieving, calling Yuta's name as she dearly holds his lifeless body. So I think that's kind of a bad omen and maybe foreshadowing what's going to happen either in this chapter or the next chapter to Yuta, and that may or may not clear up, can Yuta use Rika in Gojo's body? Because if he could use Rika while in Gojo's body, she would be there, right? I don't think Yuta's getting put back into his own body either. I don't think it works like that. So this is probably going to be the end of Yuta. Sukuna, no doubt, is probably going to finish him here, which sucks because he is my second favorite character, but I'm not gonna count all my chickens before they hatch. We'll see. But again, yeah, I think that Rika holding his body and crying like that is an omen and a bit of foreshadowing of what's to come. The editor's comment says, Rika has fully manifested ... but pause for dramatic effect. That's it. Nothing. You went nothing. Your reward is you have to be patient for 3 weeks to see what happens. So that's all for the chapter, and I'm not really gonna fault it or say it's a bad chapter or anything. The author is sick, so it's whatever. But I don't think it's looking good for Yuta. What do you guys think? What are your predictions for the next chapter? It's gonna be a long wait. I'll try to find some other things to fill in the time while I wait. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe, guys. Thank you, and I'll see you at the next one.